Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grunt Speak Live, where the news is real, but the sympathy is fake. I'm Toxic Male, and sitting over there looking way too happy with himself is Terrence Pop.
What's up, you pussy pumpers? Got some bad news here.
Oh, no.
We took a casualty.
Oh.
And we lost a bottle.
Oh, your poor girlfriend.
She served us well.
You used her up and wore her out.
Wow, I don't know about that.
But there's always plenty of fish in the sea, Pop.
Yeah. All right.
She's young, she's dumb, and she's not quite full of things that rhyme with dumb. But she is full of whiskey.
Yes. Listen, I am not a spokesman for Jameson, but this cold brew shit is really fucking good. And if you haven't tried it, you should, because you're fucking missing out.
It is quite delicious, very smooth. So if anybody out there, works for Jameson and, wants to throw us a little bit of money for constantly talking up your product. I mean, we even had a stunning and brave BIPOC woman on there drinking Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, she got tore up.
She got tore up from the floor.
Dude.
I think she drank a third of the bottle on air.
Dude. Oh, God.
We're trying to get her on the show again, guys. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and today, like usual, the insanity never ends. And I literally want to find the individual who's turning the crank on the spank box that's turning out the mountain of idiots we have to suffer every goddamn day.
And what's funny is that the people who are supposed to tell us about this stuff and inform us are the ones perpetrating a lot of the BS.
Well, they have been for years.
Yeah, I know. CNN producer, which stands for communism, not news, or the Clinton News Network, if you prefer, accused of luring mom and 9-year-old daughter to his Vermont ski home to train her to be submissive, telling them a woman is a woman, regardless of her age.
And that's how you go to jail. All right, now listen, this whole dominator, submissive thing, and some people are into that, and, I mean, that world gets pretty stupid crazy, but my SOP is not to do anything to anyone that leaves physical evidence. All right? I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really do you any good to admit nothing, deny everything, and always have a counter-accusation if you leave, 3 milliliters of DNA behind at all your crime scenes.
Or if they're all, choked up around the neck and slapped up and shit. They go to the hospital for a rape kit. It's going to look like they got the repay.
Over.
Yeah, so, listen.
I mean, I will say this, though. When you look at this guy, are you surprised? Or how about this one?
Yeah.
That's
pedo right there.
That's a face that looks like it's about to be greeted by another face that says, "Have a seat." Right.
And here's the smart part here. He's wearing a lanyard with CNN out around his neck.
The Cuck News
now,
Network.
Is he actually, participating in illegal shit here? Because if he is, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is what he's doing. This is the perpetrator.
Yep.
Perpetrator.
Has he been charged?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He has been arrested and charged with enticing minors to engage in unlawful, spicy activities. John Griffin, 44, of Stamford, Connecticut. He used online messaging applications to communicate with people purporting to be the parents of minor daughters. He allegedly attempted to impress ideas that a woman is a woman regardless of her age, and that women should be subservient and inferior to men.
Okay.
Islam was right. Griffin was a producer at CNN and is alleged to have sought to persuade parents to allow him to train their daughters to be submissive. In June of 2020, now this is where he screwed the pooch because there's definite receipts here. He paid $3,000 for a mother of 9 and 13-year-old girls to fly from Nevada to Boston to be trained properly.
That's actually interstate. That's a felony.
Oh, yeah, this is when you get the feds involved.
The feds are going to climb up his ass over this.
Not that the FBI actually punishes real wrongdoers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
After picking them up, the daughter allegedly was directed to engage in unlawful activity at Griffin's request. In April 2020, he held a virtual training session, instructing a mother and her 14-year-old daughter to remove their clothing and touch each other. On each count, Griffin faces mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years in jail, or if he was a woman, 3 years.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Wango Tango equation.
I mean, CNN is just churning out the Chomos, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here they are.
Oh. Mr. Governor Nipples and
that's Governor Nipples' brother.
and Fredo.
Fredo the pedo, or Cuomo the Chomo, if you prefer.
Oh, he's more like a genocide killer now.
He looks like he's actually giving him advice on how to conduct that virtual session.
Yeah. All right, this is what you got to do. You got to make sure they turn around and their butthole is properly lubed, so there could be at least 2 fingers inserted in the beginning. Because there has to be a certain look of discomfort on their face in the beginning. That's just the way it works.
It's just the way it works. And that just makes it hotter. Oh.
Those are the kind of people who get like even more sexually aroused when women are gagging on the Wonder Worm.
Yeah, which I don't understand.
I don't understand that either.
I mean, if they're gagging on it, sooner or later, you know what comes next. And if that goes up your pee-pee hole,
you're in for a long day.
you get a UTI.
Well, at a minimum, it's a long day.
Yeah, at very minimum, yeah. That's when
we just went way off in the weeds.
That's when you become personally acquainted with the patron saint of rigs, antibiotics.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of weird looks and some harsh talking tos in the emergency room. That's going to happen.
For the love of God, Riggs, wrap your tool.
He's probably got to be dead.
He probably is.
Got to be dead.
Yeah.
Got to be dead.
It is nice to know, though, that the people who are, the most trusted name in news are churning out predators left and right. Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Well, all right.
Just think how much faster they would be churning out these predators if the supply line wasn't corrupted.
Well, here's something that I need to put in my book, The Warrior's Way, is when somebody is not being supervised or they have absolutely no fear of punishment, you actually get to see their true nature.
Oh, yeah. And we
go.
I mean, the media became so emboldened from promoting stuff that they knew for a fact to be bullshit for 5 straight years. Now, when they have to tell the truth, they even have to propagandize that, which you'll see in a little while when we get to the main body of this stream.
I mean, the mainstream media has been fucking tampering with shit since
the beginning.
Well, no. I mean, it's really started. Well, I noticed it while I was in Iraq in 2004.
Yeah.
A majority of the stuff that my unit was involved in or was near, and we knew what would happen on the ground, and it literally was something completely different when it came over the TV like 2 to 4 hours later.
Yeah, that's the media for you.
Literally, I remember watching it, and I'm like, that's not what happened, is it?
No.
The fuck is that?
I mean, you know what happened. You were there.
Yeah.
2 hours later on CNN. There you go.
Like the whole Mahdi militia thing. Dude, that was happening like right down the road from us. We were getting real hand intel of what was happening on the ground. And like literally we watch it on the news. I'm like, that is so fucking not it.
Oof.
Like, wow.
Wango Tango.
Oh, here we go.
Wango Tango. Oh, boy. Well, we have to talk about this because we did a retrospective on the trial last week. I expected this, but I don't think I expected it quite to this level. Juicy Smollier being found guilty of hoax will hurt LGBTQ WTF LOL folks reporting hate crimes. Juicy Smollier guilty verdict will be used by Trump supporters to prove Democrats wrongly label them villains. No, the facts prove that the media wrongly labels them villains.
Well, the thing is, it's like if you're a patriot, you're now some kind of conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
If you love this country and you are for America, you're a Nazi.
Yeah.
I mean, this is absolutely insane.
The cognitive disconnect is just, it's so palpable.
The guy was found guilty. They literally went through all of the information. They talked to all the witnesses in the public. It's now part of the court record.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone could go read this or watch the footage. And you're like, holy fuck, this dude he really did fucking perpetrate this bullshit.
Yeah.
And it should be a hate crime.
Security cameras caught him on a dry run with them.
Yeah.
Picking them up, taking them to the store, buying the rope, buying the bleach.
He wrote a check.
He wrote them a check. Well, he claimed that's for nutritional
Whatever.
advice now. Like, come on.
What were they? Oh, well, it could be because he could be getting his nutrition from the meat straw.
Hey, choke on this protein shake, boy. Mm-hmm.
It could be. We don't know. I mean, he basically was saying he was having relations with one of them.
Yeah.
And if that dude goes back to Nigeria, they might kill his ass because that's really frowned upon over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, can't say we didn't warn him.
Listen, I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying that you saw his true nature when he was throwing everyone under the bus to save himself.
Yep. It's hilarious because the one thing that you haven't heard about in all of this ever since it was revealed that this happened, and this is my favorite part, he's in the courtroom insisting that this happened and throwing these guys under the bus and making up stuff that they swore under oath never happened.
Yep.
But he doesn't say who actually did it.
And I will say this, like, I saw his interviews, and they looked, I mean, his emotional reactions were on cue. They looked real.
He's an actor.
That's right. And then I'm like, oh, he's an actor. He's paid to lie.
Amen to that.
All right.
I'm ashamed that this guy was in one of the, like the seminal series, not to be confused with seminal series or whatever.
You're talking Empire?
Oh no, the Mighty Ducks.
I
Came out when I was a kid. It was like right there in my age bracket when that movie came out. So that was like huge for kids my age. And he played one of the characters who carried over into the sequels, their younger brother.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, now it's tainted by this guy's taint.
Well, I mean, anyone who watched that, who's got a level head and uses logic and reason, could read between the lines and see exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. There has been a lot of high-profile, false, racist crap going around.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of it's actually been proven to be authentic or not.
Most of it hasn't, and those that haven't actually been proven, at the very least, are suspect. You can actually go and check this out for yourself, guys. All sources available on Redonkulas.com. FakeHateCrimes.org. These are now being collated and rated as suspected, proven, all this stuff. There's 449 different entries, all with sources. I encourage you to go check them out for yourselves. There's a ton of these things.
Can we find out how long this website's been there? Can you do a who is on it and see if
who is?
Yeah.
Well,
we don't have to do it right now, but I'm just thinking first of all, this needs to happen right here.
Yeah.
The right and anyone interested in the truth, logic, and reason.
Yeah.
You need to start, pick something out there and track it, and so everyone can review it and realize that we're being fed a fucking narrative.
Yeah.
That's untrue.
And every time one of these things is proven to be a hoax, even though we can prove that it's bullshit, it's like, racist graffiti, turns out it was written by a black student. It happens all the time.
Or the bag of burning dog shit.
Yeah, every time that happens, though, these bipartisan third-party think tanks, just because it is a racially motivated crime or even a hoax of any sort, that gets moved over here into the pile of right-wing extremism when we know that that's just pure bullshit.
Yeah, it is. And they're actually padding the stats with unproven, unfounded, and bullshit.
Yeah, there's lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Yep.
And a lot of this, I mean, the chat's blowing up with it. I happen to agree that the fact that we're focusing on something like this just because he's a celebrity, you don't really hear the media talking about Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, that's been totally shut down. And I think Twitter, shut down a feed that was just tracking the court case.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about blatant bullshit. I mean, oh my God.
The bias has already been showing. Now they're just flat out flaunting their pure and utter disregard for the truth. And we're going to get to that as well.
Amen.
Indie women.
Oh, that's gay. Stop it.
I know. Just to let you guys know, if you want to, you can actually follow along on the website. The stream is already here. The media hates Joe Biden with a question mark, with all sources available on Redonkulas.com. So you can, if you feel like it, you can even jump ahead and read the end of the book first. It's a dick move, but you can do it. And I'm not going to tell you can't.
No, I know lots of people that, like, when they go to the bookstore, they read like the last 10 or 15 pages, and then they decide if they're going to buy the book. I just can't condone that, but that's fine. If it's a technique, but not the preferred method in my mind.
Yeah, I would agree with that one.
Just saying.
You kind of want to know what's going on, you know. All right. Well, we did one kind of fake moment of silence, but I think that we also have a real one that we need to.
Well, I want to announce this. I am going to be covering the conspiracy theory of weather control by the major powers on this earth.
Wasn't there like a shitty disaster movie that came out last year, or the year before, about weather control and somebody weaponizing it? And Geostorm, was that it?
I don't remember.
I want to say like somebody who was involved in Independence Day had their name on it.
Yes. Okay. yeah. But, you know, for whatever reason, my fans want me to cover a lot of this crazy wazoo subjects that I'm interested in. Yeah, and I have no problem doing that.
You sent me the link and I read it and I was like, wow, this website is one page removed from I Had Elvis's Alien Love Child.
Yeah.
It's like World Daily News stuff.
But still, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Like we did that layer on I just did a layer on the Antarctica. The fans wanted that. I talked about it. That'll be out in a few days. But there's a lot of bizarre shit going on out there that nobody really talks about.
Yeah, and especially now, after living through 2020, and now we're coming, 2021 is drawing to a close. If the last couple of years, when you've got an Austrian bodybuilder or Russian bodybuilder, whoever, can marry a doll, and a woman can marry herself and divorce herself
or
3 months later, and a Babylon Bee satire is becoming reality on a bi-weekly basis, you can't dismiss any conspiracy theory anymore, because you never know when it's a month away from being proven true.
Yeah, you don't know. Like Alex Jones, there's a lot of shit he talked about years ago that are happening right now.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Do we even get banned just for saying his name now? You never know.
I got nothing against the guy.
No. I mean,
I personally think you have the right to free speech in this country.
Yeah.
And I think that the fact that he was shut down across all of these platforms, I think there needs to be a day of reckoning for that, because that's horseshit. I think
so too. He was right.
Yes, he was.
Whether or not he was right about the thing that he got slapped for in court,
the thing,
I don't know. I'm just saying, I still think there's some suspicious shit there.
All right, hang on. You talking about the thingamadoodad or the whatchamajig?
The thingamadoodad at the elementary school.
Oh, okay. So it's a hooty-doo.
Yeah, the fishing lure that you dropped in the muck.
Okay. Gotcha.
The sandy hook.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
In the social media age, when there's only one photo from a particular incident and it's been proven to be a cropped photo of a fire drill that took place at an earlier date, I mean, it kind of makes you wonder.
Well, first of all, this is our opinion.
Yeah.
It's not fact, and we're not making any direct statements because we don't want to get sued.
No, we don't want to get sued. This is all allegedly.
It is just, it's all suspect, man. It's all suspect.
Anything that can be used to take away your rights, your freedoms, or can be manipulated to make you think that giving those up willingly is in your best interest, question it.
Well, actually, we are going to be I'm going to be covering this subject. For those of you out there who served in the military and direct action units, you are familiar with pinning actions. And a pinning action is you come up, you do a movement of contact, you make contact with the enemy. You put down a huge base of fire to keep them from moving, so you can maneuver your elements to kill or capture or destroy them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the EIU and all of these lockdowns are doing.
Dun, dun, dun.
So just so you know.
I'm hoping that the Colorado governor just renounced his emergency powers and allowed everything to reopen again.
Good.
I hope that that's a bellwether for how things are going to be going down the road. I mean, even Whitmer is coming out and saying that the poke mandates are hurting businesses. I'm like, wow, Never thought I would see the day when that authoritarian Kawantaha actually said something that's obviously
I'm going to be
true.
honest. I am not going to be surprised if she gets a JFK haircut one day.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying that there's a lot of bad feelings for her.
Oh, yeah.
And
then when they finally put her under the knife, do that Y incision and conduct the autopsy, they'll discover what we've always suspected. Got a dick, bro.
Oh, or, or she's a lizard person.
She's a lizard. She's a chameleon. We're all fucked.
How many people we got on?
Alex Jones was right. We just crossed the 500 barrier. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And I think now's as good a time as any. Moment of silence for the people in Kentucky. 70 people feared dead in these storms.
All right, let's do it. All right.
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Everybody's heard about this. We even have some fans in the area who have been sending us some personal photos.
Well, the thing is I got about 8 requests for me to cover the tornadoes on the aspect of it being the either
the
climate change,
the geoengineering stuff,
or intentionally modified our weather to
Yeah.
fuck us up.
Yeah, the climate change thing always cracks me up because I talk to a bunch of these leftoid climate alarmists, and they always point to severe weather as proof of climate change.
Yeah.
But then when you have opposing evidence
Yeah.
that weather is doing the opposite of what they claim it's doing on a planetary scale, suddenly it's not about weather.
I will agree with them that we are polluting terribly.
Yeah, you give me the
Terribly.
you give me the legislation that helps us to better combat the pollution and everything like that. I'll sign it.
Well, okay. First of all, you're never going to correct the fact that we are evil, hairless monkeys.
Amen to that.
We're slobs. We're lazy. We crave power.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But what you can do is insist
Go
these
back-
people who fly around the world in their private jets while lecturing you on your carbon footprint and having a mansion in Tennessee that uses more electricity in 1 year than most homes use in 19, you can insist that those pieces of shit walk the walk while they're talking the talk.
so you're saying they should suck a dick?
Yes, the whole bag, actually.
The whole bag of dicks.
The whole bag of dicks. That's a lot of dicks. But I'm sure I know one particular stunning and brave BIPOC vice president installation who is more than willing to take up that task.
Yeah, well, that's a horrible, scratchy, bruised chin if you suck all the dicks. It can't be good.
Yeah. Especially those certain ethnicities who got pubic hair like Velcro.
Yeah, you're going to get shaving bumps.
I've gone down enough Italian chicks to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Things happen, man.
Good times. I should probably do this here, but that's kind of a nice one here.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Let it never be said that Democrats never know how to, let a good tragedy go to waste.
You know what? They jump on every motherfucking tragedy. It is insane. They're like professional acrobats.
Yeah.
They literally jump off one major tragedy and they swing to the next and they just keep going. Like sooner or later they got to hit the net.
It explains why they're all so good at mental gymnastics.
Oh yeah.
But this guy of all people should know better than to open his mouth because there's been so much Chinese in it.
Well, first of all, I'm going to be honest. Back in the day, that dude would already have a rope around his neck for treason.
Yep.
It'd be over for him.
Eric Swallowswell hit with abrupt lesson after using devastating tornadoes to attack Senator Rand Paul. What did he say? Let's check it out here. Because just Senator Paul was here's some of the resources for those affected by the storms in Kentucky and for those who want help. That's what he's supposed to do. He's representing the people of Kentucky. We should do all we can to help out our Kentucky neighbors, says Swallowswell. God be with them. They are hurting. But do not for 1 second forget that Rand Paul has voted against helping most Americans most times they're in need. No, he hasn't. He's actually questioned where that money comes from, which
And where
is
it goes.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Money ain't free. And shit ain't free. And if you think it is, you are literally turning the Titanic into the fucking iceberg.
I mean, we are a country that is over $30 trillion in debt.
We're fucked.
And I've asked this before. If you knew someone who was in debt to you, like balls deep in debt, let's say they owed you 5 figures, okay, and you found out that they were taking some of the money that you loaned them and loaning it out to other people, and those people weren't expected to pay that back.
I'd break their legs.
There you go.
There you go. They'd fall down some stairs.
Yeah, the U.S. does this on the regular. 1/3 of the homeless are veterans. We shouldn't be sending tax subsidies out to any foreign states, let alone hostile ones. And they do that regularly.
Most of the homeless are men.
Yeah.
And a lot of them got fucked over in a divorce and never recovered.
Yep.
How do I know? Because I knew them. Because
Yep.
I was homeless myself.
Ugh. And of course, just because you have to remember these things, the internet is forever. Lauren Boebert remembers that Eric Swallowswell is a traitor.
Yep.
Fang Fang.
That guy's just a raging idiot.
I mean, it led to one of the funniest memes that we've ever created on this stream. So, I mean, we have to bring it up. The Fing Fang Schwing Schwang. This is a traitor to his country trying to lecture one of the only sane people in Congress.
I know.
The irony is just...
We need to get more vets to run for office locally and all the way up the chain. This is absolutely insane.
The vast majority of Congress used to be veterans.
I know.
And now they're a bunch of administrators, business tycoons, lawyers, and basically assholes.
I think the majority of them are lawyers or at least have a law degree.
Yeah, because Joe Biden allegedly has a law degree, but he never practiced. He went straight to living off the government teat.
You mean the plagiarist?
Yes, the plagiarist.
With the hand up his ass?
The Dementis.
Maximus Dementis.
Maximus Dementis.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
write it down.
I gotta write that down.
Dementis. And with that being said, I think it's a good time for this graphic. That's every Democrat when you bring up Fing Fang Schwing Schwang.
This is Joe Biden.
I mean, everyone knows he's a traitor. Because of this qualified immunity horse shit or whatever, he's never going to be held accountable for any of his transgressions or any of the top secret shit that he lets slip to this woman. We can still hold him accountable. But of course, he's a representative of, I think, Cuckafornia-stan. And people in Cuckafornia-stan are retards, so it wouldn't shock me if he got reelected anyway.
Well, that's going to be a huge thing of contention moving forward in the future.
Yeah.
Is everyone against the big cities?
Yep.
Because these big cities are literally shaping the policy for the country, and most of the country doesn't like these policies.
No.
And they don't make sense for them.
Yeah. And that's why you see people like Seth Rogen throwing a shit fit over his show not hitting, because they live in an echo chamber.
Well, first of all, to hell with Seth Rogen.
To hell with all of them, as far as I'm concerned.
I think I watched 6 minutes of the first episode of this Santa thing. I couldn't stand it. I'm like, fuck this. This is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, I don't want to watch anything woke.
No, who would?
There's a reason why movies used to make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, because they were good story arcs. They had good writers. They were, yes, some of the stuff was far-fetched, but it wasn't woke, and people liked to see it. And I have friends of mine, when Star Wars came out, they went and saw it 7 fucking times.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to happen with a woke movie.
No.
They've been losing money hand over fist.
There was that one simp who went and saw Captain Marvel 100 and some odd times because, he wanted to prove that he liked a strong female lead.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's totally going to work out for you.
Yeah. You figure it's $6 to $8 a ticket. He went 100 times. He spent $800.
Yeah.
That's just to get in the door. That doesn't cover drinks and popcorn.
Yeah, and I'm sure that a lot of the times he was probably the only person in that theater.
Well, he was probably getting attention at the glory hole attendant in the men's room. So.
That's quite possible. Unbeknownst to him, it was just a toothless goat with a carrot. But
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'll suck the skin right off you.
That's how you get a dick worm.
Yeah. Ooh.
Not that Riggs would know anything about
Now,
that.
if you get a
anything.
dick worm, do you have to go like the vet or a doctor? I don't know.
Ooh. I mean, you definitely can't use a dick worm to go fishing.
You better
Technique, definitely not the preferred method.
not. No, that's a bad day right there.
That's a very bad day.
Yep.
Ugh. But yeah, just bottom line, Eric swallows well. Shut the fuck up.
I can't believe he's actually still at the government. I have no idea why he hasn't been fired. It's just insane.
Yeah. Oh, because everything is allegedly. And the media, I mean, we know for a fact because of like the Hunter Biden laptop, the Biden diary, I forget what his daughter's name, Ashley Biden, is it? You know, his daughter.
I don't even know.
The diary. Their new thing, unless it's Trump, their new thing is, well, it's misinformation, so we're just not going to investigate it. Well, how do you know it's misinformation? It just is.
Fact checkers.
Yeah, we're not going to investigate it. There's nothing there.
Yeah, our fact checkers.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, fact checkers. By the way, the fact checkers for Facebook, completely funded by Johnson & Johnson. Gee, I wonder why.
Wow.
You can't talk about certain things on Facebook.
Funded by Where'd you hear that?
It came up in a feed. I was like, well, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to double check it and make sure that I'm wrong here.
That might have been hit. Is that a story?
Yes.
Oh. Wow.
And here it is.
Ah.
Major poke fact checker funded by a group headed by former CDC director with $2 billion in Johnson & Johnson stock.
Wow.
Well,
There you go. There you go.
wah, wah, wah. All right, we're going to get to your first load of super chats here, no pun intended. But before that, a word from our sponsor. A story of greed, serial matrimony, international intrigue, unregulated human experiments, sleazy infomercial producers, a skeet-shooting, Nutriloaf-loving rebel chemist, and a murderous, perpetually intoxicated Irish-German mixologist/retired Ornpay star. If that didn't get your attention, nothing will. Buy The Cure now. A link is in the description. It's a good book. Do it.
Maximus Dementis.
Maximus Dementis.
That's a Harry Potter explanation for Joe Biden.
That's the Hogwarts magic spell for
I
Joe
love
Biden.
it. Maximus Dementis.
You need this, though, for that. Maximus Dementis!
Bastard.
And now my parents were married. Close, though. Close. Shit. We'll jump in here. Lost sound.
Uh-oh.
What do we mean we lose sound? Sound's still good, reload maybe. Okay, so it was just your problem, John Smith.
That happens, son.
I'm sure that's your real name.
That happens from time to time.
It does happen.
Happened to us the other night.
Yeah? Yeah, that was not fun for you.
No.
You were so fucked up.
Dude, I spent almost 2 hours on the helpline with them.
There's your problem.
And I turned off and rebooted the router 4 times. And it still was fucking not working.
Shocker.
What a bunch of shit.
What is this company that you work with on your internet? I know that you
Xfinity.
You have Xfinity now. Okay, I thought you had like Earthlink.
I had AT&T.
You did for a little while and you switched over.
Maybe it is Earthlink. I gotta look. I got it written down. Oh, here we go.
I mean, well, we're not going to get to this yet. I'm just getting everything all prepped. But we're going to do some super chats here. Right. Check it out here. Crimson Hawk with the first 2 donations of the day. Hi, Papa Bear. How you doing?
What up?
And Redonkulas motto, break our heart, we break yours. He really wants that on a T-shirt, I think.
Okay.
Well, we could probably do that.
Yep, we have to actually.
It'll have to be a black dead heart on the shirt, though.
Yeah, we got to actually get with what's his name because of our PayPal problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have a temporary fix in place.
We'll see. We'll see how long that works.
Jaffa on the bound, resident red flag, Guiden bearer here. Why do we assume the athletes/actors are intelligent or have any critical thinking? Actors at a young age don't get socialized and groomed, and dumb jocks is a truism.
Well, actually, child actors are groomed for pedos.
Yeah, just ask Corey Feldman. Oh, wait, you can't because they censor him.
They blackballed him for telling the truth.
And Mel Gibson actually now has been coming out and admitting what goes on behind the scenes in Hollywood. Gee, I wonder why they don't like him. Can't just be because he says anti-Semitic shit when
Well,
he's
you know,
drunk.
he was. I'd listen to that rant when he was drunk.
He's drunk.
And I'm like, you know, he's a drunk dude. You know, fucking so what? Big deal.
Everyone on this earth who has ever been drunk has said
Run their
some
suck
shit.
hole. Yeah. I am no exception.
Well, we've built a whole show on this, this whole idea.
Yeah, I get drunk, run my mouth. What are you gonna do?
There you
That's
go.
the way it is.
That's what people tune in for. All 579 of you on YouTube, thank you for tuning in, spending your lunch hour with us. If you're on the East Coast, maybe you're just stuck in traffic on the way to work on the West. You never know.
You never know.
Alpha K9er cloud seeding has been used for years, especially in Texas.
Yeah, but there's a difference between to seed the clouds. You actually fly in the airspace and drops. Well, I don't remember what it is they use to do that. Okay, the whole HARP thing. You're actually fucking with the ionosphere to cause high and low pressures. I'll explain it in the layer thing.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Town drunk.
Okay.
Don't try to take Pop's title, man. Lunchtime and out of booze. Not good.
No.
That's why I got you an extra bottle, man.
Thank you.
I'm always looking out for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thumper, the sweaty fat guy. How you doing, good sir? We'll have to have you on the stream again. It's not about the environment. It's about control. All their solutions are to raise taxes, limit liberties and freedoms while giving them more control. Exactly.
Exactly.
That is how you know that their narrative is bullshit.
Yep.
Because if their solution is more taxes, more control, more centralization, less freedom for you, then that's all you need to know.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how much science they bring to the table, especially if their version of science is a gimpy little fucktard piece of shit who can't seem to get his facts straight and constantly flip-flops like a pair of thongs at the beach in high wind.
Actually, is flip-flopping more than a sorority chick at a frat house.
Hey, you just roll on to the next dude, I guess.
Flip over.
Just flip over.
Roll her over on her back. Change your angle of attack.
Flip-flopping like cops in a Michael Bay gunfight. Yeah, this totally works, right? This is Tactics 101. That's why
Pretty
Hot
much.
Fuzz is one of the best action movies of the last 20 years. You ever fired a gun running through the air, jumping through the air? No. You ever fired two gun ones jumping through the air? No.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Crimson Hawk again. Blake, throw it. I did.
Fail.
But they said you needed a black one. So.
Oh, damn.
Oh, the bouncing
You got me
maneuver.
on the ricochet.
Crimson Hawk. Hi, I'm gay actor Michael Douglas.
Is he gay? I don't think he's gay.
No, he married, Catherine Zeta-Jones. I think they're still together.
Good for him.
I mean, she smashed into the wall a long time ago, but,
Yeah.
That's why he counted on Marvel to de-age him, which they did creepily well, by the
Yes,
way,
they
in the
did.
first Ant-Man. Holy shit. That kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, they brought that one dude back from the dead for Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. And not very well, by the way. That was some creepy shit.
It did look creepy.
Yeah, Peter Cushing was getting old, but it's like they didn't computer animate Peter Cushing. It's like they went and computer animated his corpse
Yeah.
and thought, yeah, this'll pass muster. The fuck you think?
I still thought it was pretty good, even though it was creepy. So
It's really creepy. Not as bad as the Leia. When Leia was on screen, young Leia, I'm like, yeah, you just lost me.
Yeah.
And you opened up a gigantic plot hole in the original trilogy, which most people are never going to forgive you for.
Well, first of all, you and I both know that those last three movies were just the recycle of the first plot over and over again.
It was the rise of Palpatine, not the rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
Palpatine's descendant stakes claim and destroys everything that was ever attached to the name of Skywalker.
Correct.
That was the ultimate victory.
They lost me. I'm done. I'm done with
done.
that. I am done with Star Wars.
Regula 11 with 9.99 euros, or is it pounds? Not really sure. Why should we defend Taiwan when they only spend 2.1% of their GDP on their own military?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So, and first of all, I'm not at the top making those decisions, but Taiwan makes a lot of computer chips for us. And if it's taken over by China, then China will have control over all of the chips that we need to move forward. We need to actually start making our own shit here. This is absolutely ridiculous. We've outsourced everything.
Exactly. And honestly, we could split the importation that we get almost exclusively from China now to India, Taiwan, and other, countries in that area. It would still be just as cheap. There would actually be, departments of labor that would make sure people weren't getting completely fucked, at least not as bad as they do in China. And Taiwan is technically the legitimate government of China. They were exiled by the communists.
Yeah. Well,
so that's why the World Health Organization still refuses to identify them as a country.
Yeah. If I was running the show, I would stop funding them right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no more money for you. Fuck off.
Bye-bye, China. We're going to start making our own antibiotics.
Same thing with NATO. I'd be like, no more money to you. Fuck off. Figure it out. We're done.
While we're in debt, we have no business funding anything.
That's right.
Period.
Absolutely correct.
We need to be manufacturing at home, taking care of our people at home, and then you worry about charity for your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense if you're, it's like, I'm going to cook this 5-course meal for my neighbor. Meanwhile, the gutters are falling off my house, the fucking electricity and the heat are off. I haven't eaten 3 square a day in years. Like, you're fucking up.
Yeah. You're
by the numbers.
By the numbers. This isn't connect the dots, and it spells you're fucked up.
Yes. Crimson Hawk with another donation. Thank you very much. If there was a comment with that one, Susan decided to erase it. Kurt Sutter with a $20 donation. Thank you so much. Space Ghost is on has become one of my favorite inner monologue sayings. So thanks for that and for keeping it real.
Well, that's exactly why I do it. It's actually a mantra to calm me down.
And if you actually look in the background there, you might not be able to see it unless you have it on a big TV. There is a Space Ghost ornament on that tree.
Nice.
Crazy Uncle, lost sound. Don't worry. Happens to a lot of guys.
Okay, well, after you get blown up.
Yeah, there's no pill for that. You just turn it off and on again.
Yep.
Happens. Crazy Uncle. At this time of year, everyone must treat their family like we treat our soldiers. Treat every soldier as if they were loaded. Unless you are related to Baldwin. In that case, duck.
or don't show up.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, they do say that you shoot a movie. Just saying. Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy. I'm not Thumper. I haven't been on your stream. Oh. So there's 2 Thumpers who are sweaty fat guys.
Okay.
I'm the guy in the UP who makes fuel from tree sap.
All right.
I'll go on your stream if you want, though. That's that right there, making fuel from tree sap. I find that fascinating as shit.
How the fuck do you do that?
So if you can do that, hell yeah, we'll have you on the stream and talk about it.
Yeah, how the fuck do you do that?
Shoot us an email.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Tony Hardy with a $99.99 donation.
Thank
Holy
you so
cow.
much. We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
No comment attached. Very much appreciated. Not worthy, but we appreciate every dollar. AF. Casting Sith as the bad guy was a negative PR campaign against Indo-European Scythians, responsible for rule of law and domesticating horses and cows.
Well, first of all, I never heard that.
I haven't heard that either.
I don't think the person who wrote the script for Star Wars knew that, because, I mean, that's thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, and most people don't know that shit, so.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we probably, we can only go back, to 6,000 BC? And it's my opinion that there's been multiple civilizations on this planet. It's been around for 4.5 billion fucking years. There's some crazy shit that happens. Can't be explained.
Yep.
So I'm just saying.
It is what it is. Thank you for all the chats there. Going to jump over to Streamlabs, see if there's anything over here. Yes, there is. Anon has tipped $5. Off topic, Pop.
All right.
Have you ever received fire from a G3? What was it like, and what's your opinion of the rifle? Also, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
I like the G3. It's a good weapon system. It was never... Well, I believe it was used by Germany, the G3. And I really don't have a problem with that weapon system. So, it's I mean, other than the fact it's on the heavy side. The ammo is. It depends upon which system you use, but if it's using the 308 ammo, that's a little more heavy than the 223. So, just saying.
Good times. All right, fellow war hoarder. Any paratrooper and leg alike has known about synthetic weather modification and control for years. It's nothing new to us because it was always called the Fort Bragg weather machine. It isn't a conspiracy now, is it, you mother truckers? Winning.
Yeah, Rain God's a pussy. Yeah. So if you're in infantry and you know exactly what I'm saying when I say that phrase.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jumping over to MGTOW.tv, we got some donations over here from Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
boy, Urban Dictionary. Here we
go.
I don't think these are bad, though. At least it shouldn't be.
Porn? What?
Ornament.
Pornament.
A small knickknack or ornament that has a sexual resemblance.
Okay.
Haven't heard of that one before.
No, neither have I.
But I did see recently there was a picture that went viral. It was a slide on a children's playground that looked like a penis going into a vagina.
Oh, no.
And the seat at the bottom was the balls as it came out. I'm like, who the fuck looked at the design specs for this and was like, I'll do it.
I don't know. After the people put that up, they're like, does that look like anything? Should we be doing this? How odd.
It's like the building that Bryan Cranston designed in How I Met Your Mother. Like, it looks like a giant penis. We need to put more hedges at the bottom. Do we? It's going to make the balls look hairier. I know. Damn.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
It is pretty funny. Crimson Hawk. Cold brew makes your poop smell like coffee, too.
So does drinking coffee.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, you know, the smell of my own shit doesn't exactly make me thirsty. Maybe Crimson Hawk has a bit of a fetish. Mixter84 with a $20 donation. Thank you so much for the Booze Casualty Fund. Enjoy your new girlfriend, Pop.
Thank you.
You definitely move on very quickly from the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't get too invested.
Nah.
Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell again. It's amazing how these libtards say we Trump supporters are Nazis and bigots, but these assholes do so much of the crazy and heinous things they say we do. They're a bunch of child fornicators and rapé artists who will burn in hell while Satan shoves a pineapple up their ass. Also, have you looked at this site, openveirs.com? Yes, we have. It shows the COOF adverse events. Crazy shit.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That is off the chain, man.
Yeah, and that's just a small sample of the true number. That's what's crazier about it.
That's fucking off the hook, man.
Yep. Calebon on Odyssey. Have yet to receive the reminder that Redonk has started at 11:03 a.m.
Well, actually, we're getting fucked with hard by YouTube.
Yep. They have unsubscribed almost 1,000 people from our channel in the last couple of weeks alone, while claiming that we're still in the positive.
I mean, we went from having like 1,800 subscriptions a month to like 90.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched the number go down every single day.
Yeah.
You guys got to share us out there, man. It's the only way we can defeat this bullshit.
Yeah. We were close to hitting 130,000, and then all of a sudden, in just a couple of weeks, we're back down to like 128.5.
Yep.
What do you think you're fooling, Susan?
Yeah. And when you look at our analytics, the views are that far exceed the 100,000.
Yeah, they're way up.
Far exceed.
Way up. All right, I'll do a quick roll call here, and then we can get into the meat and potatoes. Over on Twitch, we got 35 people watching. Hello, everybody. Tal the Wanderer, Master 099, Unsane Vegan. If you're vegan, we got vegans watching our show, Pop.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I don't care.
Oh, I feel dirty.
Eat whatever you want.
I don't care either.
I personally like to have my stuff that used to have a mother, preferably killed with a bat.
Yeah, just don't expect me to go to a vegan restaurant.
No.
I'm just saying. I tried to date a chick who was vegan for like 5 minutes.
You can't do it, man.
No.
It's like a cult.
It is. It is like a cult. I remember going out with somebody just for lunch. It was a friend from school. We weren't dating or anything like that. And she mentioned that she had gone vegan. So I told her the joke that was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World when she says, being vegan just makes you better than most people. And she looked at me completely sincere and said, you know, it really does. I was like, and single mother gonna die alone.
And we're done here.
And what happened 3 years later? And single mother gonna die alone. Wah, wah, wah. 30 viewers over on D-Live. How you doing, AWOL, Mustard Tiger? Oh, I love the GIF game here. Oh, we got it. I love this. I heart white girls. Will?
Okay. Teach his own.
Love the GIF game on D-Live. Keep it coming, guys. 35 people currently watching on Odyssey. Caleb on, everybody, how you doing? And over on MGTOW.tv, we got 13 viewers. I kind of down on MGTOW for a change, but Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell and Darth Pennywise over there. Thank you all for tuning in today, gentlemen. And now it's time for the big main event.
Here we go.
I love this because it means I get to play this graphic.
All right. I fucking hate that guy.
What is he doing? Come on, man.
You ain't black.
Now,
It never gets old, man.
before we get to this, I apologize in advance because I know that in any given day there is only so much bullshit that your brain can possibly metabolize. Opinion. The media treats Biden as badly or worse than Trump.
Get the hell out of here.
Here's proof.
Okay, let's read it.
Now, this is from a guy named Dana, which automatically comes with its problems. But a sampling of the headlines atop the influential Politico Playbook newsletter over the past month. Let the Democratic freakout begin. Dems start to face the hard questions. Does the White House owe Larry Summers an apology? Blah, blah, blah. Now, I think you can point out the big difference here even better than I can between Trump and Biden as far as the media.
I've been tracking this for a long time. And the media trashed Trump mainly with falsehoods.
Pissing Russian hookers.
Yeah. Or the fact that he was crass, which he was.
The insurrection on January 6th.
Yep.
Became the first president to get impeached after leaving office, which is
insane. Okay. But the thing is, Biden, they're just talking about the truth.
They're telling the truth.
Yeah.
You can only not report on some things when they're, for so long.
Yeah.
Even if you're telling half-truth, you have to cover things to a point. It's all true. Yep. Now, this is where things get hilarious.
All right.
Artificial intelligence can now measure the negativity with precision. At my request, Forge.ai, a data analytics unit of the information company Fiscal Note, combed through more than 200,000 articles. If somebody out there wants to actually take the time to see which campaigns Fiscal Note donated to in 2020 and 2021, I'd be interested to hear the results.
Yeah.
200,000 articles, tens of millions of words from 65 news websites, newspapers, network and cable news, political publications, news wires, and more. Now, my question is, which ones? Because that's never listed, and he never attempts to say.
Well, that's actually fairly common for the libtard.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, I'm bringing receipts.
Yeah. Or I have a link that goes back to another article.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually go to studies for staff.
Oh, yeah, like that one that we did where it's like, here's my source, and it was that British study about British men don't know how to do their own laundry. You go to the source, and it's an article talking about the alleged source that no one can find.
Yeah. This is actually common because they're basically writing for sheeple who believe everything they're told and don't do their own research.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for all we know, these 65 alleged news websites could be strictly OAN, Fox, Gateway Pundit, The Blaze. Like, you could tilt this any way you want, depending on where you sample from.
Yep.
And because he seems completely adverse to the idea of actually providing receipts, we're not going to find out.
No, we won't.
But I love this here. News coverage of each president. Now, you can see the consistency of Trump from January to November of 2020 here.
Uh-huh.
Do you think people are just going to ignore this part of the graph?
What was going on that made it go up?
So he was completely positive this entire time. He finally dipped at around, it looks like August, which was when Afghanistan happened.
Uh-huh.
And then now he's back up, and he's back up above where Trump was at this point last year.
What caused the dip to go up before, like in April, May? What?
Well, this is the honeymoon period.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the thing is, something happened to make it go
June
up.
was, May, June was the first inflation numbers coming out, I think.
Okay.
And then, so he dipped, went up, Afghanistan happened,
And-
tanked
oh my
hard,
God.
and since then, it's just been a legacy of failure.
I don't think he's done anything positive yet.
No. The Daily Wire dissects this better than we ever could, but, you know, we don't want to go through it just to talk about other people's shit, but, you know, go through it. Read it yourself. All sources available on Redonkulas.com. They dissect this column and destroy it with hyperlinks to everything. Here's a couple of good ones here.
Men after our own heart.
Yep. Once top Trump bashers, TV News now loves Joe Biden. During his first 3 months in office, broadcast evening newscasts have showered Biden with 59% positive press. 4 years ago, the same programs were hammering Trump with an 89% negative press.
Yeah, they're hammering him for everything.
I don't think you can really claim the opposite at this point. I mean, you can, clearly, because
actually,
Jeff Bezos
Obama
wants more pesos. But
Obama made a prediction, and he did it by accident, when he said Biden has a way of fucking up everything.
Yeah, he said never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up. I think was about exactly what he said.
Yep, and we're seeing it in spades here.
And that just goes to show you that these people know what they are doing because they see the truth in front of their face. Obama knows that Biden is a fuck up, but he still went out and fucking pushed for him anyway because the agenda is what he serves.
Well, he was, installed as another dictatorship, literally, in my opinion, and he's just going along with the other people who ran the show in the background, who put this dictatorship in office.
Mm-hmm. We're up to 686 on YouTube. Thank y'all for tuning in. Now, this is my favorite. If you guys didn't hear about this, this is fresh out the box from this last week, actually a week ago today, December 6th.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the pedo ESTA emails?
I believe so.
From the 2016 election, when it turned out that they were the DNC was coordinating with CNN and Donna Brazile to get debate questions to Hillary before the debate and all that stuff, and they were like, "Oh, we're not going to talk about that. There's nothing there. About Russian hookers, pissing Russian hookers over here." Now, not only are they embracing that collusion, they're flaunting it in your face.
It sounds like verbal prestidigitation.
Oliver Darcy, some news and reliable sources. Senior White House and admin officials have been holding briefings with major newsrooms over past week as they try to reshape economic coverage.
All right, first of all, that's called propaganda.
Yes, it is. And less than 48 hours later,
here we go.
How you doing, Bloomberg? Bing! The Biden economy is actually pretty good.
What?
Because we're different. We love you.
What justification does he have in this article?
The funny thing is, they don't have any.
Yeah.
When you read this article, it's an apology tour.
So wait a minute. So you're saying there's no facts in this at all?
Let's read it here.
All right.
Americans are deeply disappointed in President Joe Biden's performance on the economy. Almost 2/3 of voters say that the country is on the wrong track. Actually, it's more than that. Almost half say that the economy will worsen next year, and by a 29-point margin, more expect inflation to get worse rather than better.
Which it is.
Yeah. Well, that would be because groups like, Chase, Citi, big corporations invested in this country doing well are coming out and admitting that this inflation is not transitory. And they take a hit by admitting that.
Well, hang on. Banks, insurance companies, they make gambles.
Yeah.
They have professionals that look at the numbers and the stats and make predictions about, because their job is to make money, to find the next wave, put your money in that, ride it in the beach, research, find another one, and rinse and repeat. So these guys are professionals at looking at the data.
Yeah.
So when they say this is not transitory, you better fucking believe them.
Yeah. And especially because admitting that does hurt their prospects. They don't want to admit that. They want everyone to believe that the economy is going well because
it's all
it's all funny money. Yeah, it's all funny money anyway. And a lot of what makes the system work is people's belief in it.
I know. Once that's gone,
everything's gone.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
I certainly have had my criticisms of the Democrats' economic policy, but it's important to note what they got right and ask what they could have done and could do better. So we're getting down here, and but first it's important to review some recent history. When the global financial crisis struck in 2009, Washington acted quickly to stem the collapse and prevent a repeat of the Great Depression. Then they largely dropped the ball. The recovery was slow, painful, and resulted in millions of Americans becoming so discouraged that they left the workforce altogether. Oh, you mean Obama wasn't really the liberal messiah that they claim he is? Shocker!
The guy who got the Nobel Peace Prize for just showing up to the job.
I mean, you know that Biden's presidency is weapons-grade shit when they got to throw their liberal messiah under the bus just to try to make him look good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. That's quite ugly.
You're throwing the BIPOC out with the bathwater. Some economists argued at the time that this was the best that could be expected. Others of us argued that the solution was straightforward. The economy was suffering from a deficit of demand. That is, overall spending wasn't enough to produce jobs for everyone willing to work. The goal of policy should have been to make up that deficit. No, actually, the problem was centralization and hyper-regulation and having the fourth highest corporate tax rate in the world, which is fine for gigantic multinational companies that can hide their wealth, but small businesses can't get off the ground with that kind of tax.
So my opinion is this, when it comes to the jobs. People are not wanting to work in these basically no future service jobs where they get paid the bare minimum. It's fucking fucked up. But people aren't realizing the good jobs are fucking gone. Or there's very few left. And you have to start putting pressure on the administration at the House, Senate, and the executive branch to try to get the manufacturing moved back to this country.
Yeah.
At least in part.
Yeah, and stop the fucking lockdownerism.
Yeah.
Stow your authoritarian nonsense. It's not helping anybody but China.
Well, yeah, because it's a pitting action to destroy us and the rest of the Western world.
Yeah. All right. He's finally getting to what's so good about it. You ready for this?
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. The solution to this dilemma is to bring the total amount of nominal income flowing through the economy back to previous levels. Then hiring will recover and the economy will enter a virtuous and self-reinforcing cycle, except for the fact that all of the deregulating that Trump did during his 4 years in office has now almost universally been reinstalled.
I know. And that's stifling for the small business. It's stifling for everyone.
Yes. And Biden has said flat out he's going to increase taxes, but only if you make over $400,000 a year. Oh, by the way, completely ignore the unlimited SALT deduction that I just reinstated, which is basically a tax cut for the super rich exclusively. Because you have to make over $1 million for that to really register.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know, man.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, there's more. Okay. Remarkably, this is almost precisely what's happened over the last year and a half. The U.S. economy went into a brief recession because of COVID, and the only reason it wasn't a depression was because of Trump's deregulation. Mm-hmm. But through a combination of fiscal relief and monetary support, nominal GDP is now back on track. Are you taking inflation into account?
First of all, I need to see the numbers. If there's not a hyperlink, showing us that, I don't fucking believe it.
Yeah. As predicted, unemployment has fallen because people are not taking unemployment anymore and they're flat out just staying home.
Yeah, they just said, fuck it.
Unemployment is not the same as labor participation.
Well, that's it. There's a lot of red pill people out there who are not participating in the economy. And I don't blame them. Mm-hmm. I don't blame them.
Yet this solution comes with a cost. Above average inflation. No, we are record-setting inflation. The highest in 40 years.
40 years.
Above average inflation during the pandemic itself. After all,
Which
if
didn't
real
have to
GDP
happen.
shrinks and that's what the recession is, then in order for the total volume of spending to remain the same, prices have to rise to make up for the shortfall. Indeed, that is also almost precisely what has happened. Okay, so I'm still not really seeing where the economy's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like a sheer apology to.
It's a paper mache thing. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, some of this is surely due to poor communication on the White House's part. For example, Biden could have been quicker to address the supply chain slowdowns at the ports and shown more support to an oil and gas industry that is apprehensive not only about how COVID will change consumer behavior, but also about the administration's climate policy. Well, he didn't. They're not apprehensive. He directly attacked the fucking energy sector.
He just shut him down. He literally pulled the carpet out from underneath him.
Carl W. Smith, I hope you got all the hookers and blow that money can buy for writing this piece of shit piece in Bloomberg. Because you are a master cuck.
Well, hang on.
Wow.
This guy's a professional writer, journalist, right?
Yeah, let me see here. Bloomberg opinion columnist, formerly vice president for federal policy at the Tax Foundation,
All right.
assistant professor of economics at the University of North Carolina. University of North Carolina, fire him.
Well, hang on.
He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, he can't come up with anything positive.
No, this is an apology tour.
Yeah.
There's nothing here.
And there is no direct links to any of the evidence that he's claiming because there is none. It's all fucked up.
Yeah. Wow. Just wow.
What a bunch of shit, man.
And then the soapbox
Here we
takes
go.
it even further. Is criticizing Joe Biden a danger to democracy?
No.
As concerns mount over the future of free and fair elections, a debate has broken out about whether the media must protect Biden to save the republic.
So they're basically telling us they are going to do propaganda.
Yeah.
This is it right here.
This
is the receipts that you are going to get nothing but propaganda for the next couple of years.
Well, this is no different, actually, than when shit happened and went down after 9/11. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the terrorists hate our freedom, so we're going to pass the Patriot Act
To take away
and
freedom.
take your freedom and fuck it in the ass.
Look, man, if I was running the show, I would shut that shit down so
Yeah.
fast.
We need 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's the new normal.
Yeah. That's first of all, the whole lockdown thing didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
All right, because when you look at the overall death rates before the EIU and after, there's not much of a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so like before the EIU, people died of flu. Now they're probably still dying of the flu, and they're calling it something else. Just saying, this is all just my opinion. What the fuck do I know? I'm just a grunt.
Ugh. Oh, my.
What's up?
Well, I just found the biggest lie in the article by accident.
Oh, no.
While Biden is certainly no enemy of the democratic process,
Are you kidding me?
and not solely to blame for the fact that Democrats in Congress have failed to pass a voting rights bill, because it's not a voting rights bill, it's literally the federalization of elections, which completely countermands the Constitution.
That's right. It's up to each state to do their shit.
It's not clear he's truly earned the right to be considered one of its most ardent defenders. Wow. The people who write this, I sincerely hope that they have all the hookers and blow they can possibly get. I really do. Because somebody's paying them off.
We're beyond hookers and blow. I have no idea what they're offering these people, but it's got to be way beyond hookers and blow.
Woo!
I have no idea what you can actually give somebody to make them do shit like this.
I mean, you could always just send them a picture of their children walking to school and say, "Do what we want," or the next one, will be placed on their casket.
Yeah,
I'm sure that would work. It probably worked on the Supreme Court, considering, a state in a union doesn't have standing to sue another one.
Yeah, in the union. Then why are you in the union? Fucking some stupid.
I mean, just literally these three things alone. Openly colluding with the lamestream media.
Uh-huh.
The Biden economy was actually pretty good, and then offering no proof of it. Mm-hmm. And then saying that criticizing the president is a danger to democracy literally after 4 years of nonstop propaganda against a president that was actually elected.
Correct.
Okay? This article is a stunning display of a complete lack of self-awareness. Holy shit. This is all you need to see. And then you have this here. I mean, Trump's TV news, 93% negative coverage for all 4 years of his presidency.
And I would actually say it started before he was actually elected.
Yes.
I remember when he announced he was running, and then it was just all negative after that.
Oh, yeah. I remember when they weren't really taking him seriously yet, and John Oliver was, doing his thing, and, Drumpf and all this other shit, where all that came from.
And then what about the
and then all of a sudden it was serious, and then they really shifted it into high gear.
Well, what about all of the negative press that he was some kind of white supremacist bigot?
Oh, that's never stopped.
Yeah.
It's never stopped.
I mean, goddamn. He's got awards for assisting the minority community.
Yeah. I mean, there's pictures of him breaking bread with Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
Two of the biggest racists walking the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd go with, what's that? Louis Farrakhan.
Oh, Farrakhan is the worst.
Yeah, he's up there with him. He's up there with him.
And it just amazes me that there are people who still trust the media. We're lagging behind everybody else in terms of trust of the media.
Well,
but it's because those people don't realize that there's 15 billionaires that own virtually every news company.
I thought it was 6 corporations now own everything.
Well, let's take a look here. This is from Forbes.
Okay.
Michael Bloomberg owns Bloomberg LP and Bloomberg Media, which, of course, there's like tons of umbrella corporations under every single one of these.
You know what? I would love to get the flow chart for all of the umbrella corps that touch each other.
Rupert Murdoch, News Corporation, of course. Donald and Samuel Sy News House, Advanced Publications, which is like Wired, Vanity Fair, The New Yorker, Vogue. Cox Family, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So the Cox Media Group division, they own 14 different television stations, 59 radio stations. Jeff Bezos, lost half his pesos, but still is the richest man in the world. Well, it was until, Elon Musk took over.
Yeah, he owns the Washington Post?
Washington Compost,
yeah.
Yep. Who we have to thank for this stunning and brave fucking piece of shit right here. John Henry, the Boston Globe. Sheldon Adelson, the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Joe Mansueto, Inc. and Fast Company magazines. Mortimer Zuckerman, that's an unfortunate name. U.S. News and World Report. New York Daily News. Barbie Family, Village Voice. Stanley Hubbard, Hubbard Broadcasting, which includes ABC and NBC News affiliates. Patrick Soon-Shiong, I'm sure he's totally from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Tribune Publishing Company, which
I've never heard of them.
I haven't either. Carlos Slim Helu from New York. He owns the New York Times. So now we know who to thank for that rag. Warren Buffett, Regional Daily Papers. Victor Veckelsberg, Gawker. They got sued by Hulk Hogan.
Are they still around?
I think so. Let me see. Russian billionaire investment arm Columbus Nova Technology Partners bought a minority stake in Gawker in 2016 for an undisclosed amount. Online media company took outside funding for the first time in anticipation of legal fees incurred by a lawsuit brought by Hulk Hogan. According to a leaked memo from Gawker founder Nick Denton, Hogan sued Gawker after it published a sex tape, and in March a jury awarded him $140 million in damages.
$140 million!
And they're still appealing the ruling.
Yeah. Well, you got to appeal. Because those damages are so high, you could actually shut their doors.
This is just, the propaganda just keeps on flowing, man. It just keeps on.
It never
flowing.
ends.
Never ends.
It's
Ever.
fucking stupid.
Forever. Ugh. Ugh. All right. We even have another segment of the show because there's so much crap here. And
Oh, I sent you this one yesterday.
yes, all this negative coverage of Trump Biden couldn't possibly be because he fucking sucks.
Well, first of all, he's bungling everything.
Yeah.
He literally.
Well, not even him.
He's Maximus Dementis. He shouldn't be there.
It's the people pulling his strings.
Yeah. But
This is what happens when you have somebody who was installed or selected instead of, selected minus the S.
Yeah, the installed dictatorship.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Even the Kung Flu, which was the one thing that he was polling positively on, he's starting to dip into the negative.
Well, because he was the whole time, that last year Trump was in. all he did was just bang on Trump's
Oh, yeah.
COVID responses, and he was a bigot for stopping travel and all this other horseshit.
And then he did all the same
He's
shit.
doing all the same shit.
And the Democrats ran on a platform of Trump is solely responsible for every COVID death. Biden gets installed, and then magically the COVID death count on CNN disappears.
Yep. First of all, what is actual CNN's ratings right now?
They've dropped significantly, like 75%.
Wow.
Sometimes, I mean, I know Stelter's dropped like 75%.
Yeah, you're going to see, like, CNN is going to have to do some major shaking around.
Yeah.
Because they have shit the bed, wiped their ass with their sheets on the way out the door.
Speaking of Stelter, too, that first article, about the CNN pedo problem.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see his face on one of those articles pretty soon. You can't tell me that dude doesn't like to touch a tutu.
I want to know what they're going to do with Smollett. Or what's the guy?
Juicy Smollett.
No. Smollett threw the guy from CNN under the bus. What's his name? That's getting sued for grabbing.
Cuomo, the Chomo?
No.
Donna Lamone?
Lamone, yeah.
Donna Lamone, yeah.
He's getting sued for putting his ball-soaked hand in front of somebody's face.
I'm not sure if he's got balls down there, bro. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man, but that is some fighting shit right there.
Yes, it is. That's how you get punched.
Yeah, that's how you pick a fight that puts you in the emergency room.
I mean, contrary to like the Trump coverage, pissing Russian hookers, more Russia, all that other stuff. By the way, say hello to the guy who removed all the sanctions that Trump put on Russia. Mm-hmm. Let them have the Nord Stream pipeline after axing the Keystone.
Didn't Trump have the most stringent?
Yeah, but he was a puppet.
Yeah, most stringent punishments for Russia ever.
Yeah, but he's a puppet.
He's a puppet.
Yeah, he's a puppet.
For Russia.
Totally Putin's puppet. Yeah, not this guy, the one who essentially handed Russia energy dominance over the entire European Union and is totally going to look the other way because he's put himself into a total no-win scenario on the Ukraine situation. He can't do anything about it to help, and he can't do anything about it without looking weak. So,
to be honest with you, in my opinion, I think that we should step in and assist the Ukraine in some way, shape, or form. Or at least we pay NATO enough money to have them march in there and stop it.
Well, whoever wins, we lose. So.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a clusterfuck no matter what. But
and people have totally forgotten about this. The thing that was responsible for Biden's first huge dip in approval, Afghanistan, there are still thousands of people stuck there.
Hang on a side note.
Yes.
There are still some long tabbers out there who are pulling missions to get people out of there even to this day.
Yeah.
The State Department is trying to crack down on it.
Of course they are, because it makes them look weak, which
it does. It does. But, listen, you're dealing with Green Berets here who are actually, it is part of their stock and trade to make things happen. They don't ask for permission. They just fucking do it. That's the way I was forged.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what they're doing. And if I wanted to, I could probably get in on some of that action. But I'm not going over to the fucking sandbox again. I'm done. I'm just here to talk shit now.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So. And then we have, of course, inflation. Largest leap in nearly 40 years.
Well, first of all, I remember when I was a kid and my mother was trying to buy the house that she, after she got her first job, because she was on welfare. And she literally was freaking out over the interest rates that they were offering her. And they were high.
Yeah.
Like 9 to 11%. So the house she's in now is in my name. I refinanced it to 1.8%.
Nice.
It's almost nothing.
Nice.
Nutso!
And then, as we were saying, the one thing that he's actually polling or semi-polling well on, the Kung Flu, or as we like to call it, the EIU. His, I'm just going to say this, mandates are for bundles of sticks.
Well, first of all, that's dictatorship stuff right there.
Yes. And I love that the one thing that the leftoids always point to, like, it's there's a Supreme Court decision that totally backs it up. It is constitutional. No, that was a 10th Amendment decision, you mother fornicators. Try reading for a change. So every single vaccine mandate is taking a bath. But of course, they have an answer for that too. Orange man still bad. Trump-appointed judges question the role of pokes in fight against COVID as they block mandates. Where they want us all to die.
Well, first of all, we can't really go into the details here of all of the negative effects of the VAX.
Yeah.
We can't because we will get a strike or banned.
Yeah, the poke.
But we'll probably touch upon this in the future on a alt tech stream where we go into the numbers because I want to keep everyone up to date on that.
Yeah.
And we're not. That needs to happen.
And I love this right here. This lower thirds right here on the CNN report. Just 33% of black New Yorkers are fully poked. Hesitancy, myths, and misinformation are key reasons. Of course, because
all right,
stunning and brave BIPOCs are never responsible for their own actions. If they're not towing the leftoid line, it must be because they're believing myths and misinformation from those evil white supreme pizzas.
Well, first of all, our government has a history of doing fucked up shit to minorities.
Yeah.
Hell, they even fucking experimented on white people.
Yeah.
The government don't care. So I don't trust them.
And to the BIPOC people out there who still vote Democrat, you honestly, how can you possibly cast your vote for a party full of people that treat you like ignorant pieces of shit?
Well.
And then by voting for them, you prove them right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean, this is one of the most successful psyops I've ever seen. They have successfully gotten almost an entire race of people to walk onto the plantation, stay there with their thumbs in their asses, and think that it's totally better. In fact, you know what? We need to bring back some of the shit that a lot of people fought and died to get rid of, like segregation.
What are some of those favorite words LBJ said when he's...
I'll have those stunning and brave African-American gentlemen voting Democrat for 200 years.
Yep.
And all he had to do was offer you welfare.
Yes. And he didn't say stunning and brave. It was the bad N-word.
Yeah. And it's not all. We know it's not all.
Oh,
I mean, people are waking up. Trump had the largest share of the black and Hispanic vote of any Republican ever.
All right,
and that's just what they let him have credit for.
Just on a side note, we have to bring this up here since we're talking about the minorities. We did the show, or we released one about Salvation Army and that whole, white apology guilt thing. I got actually like a couple of really nasty comments and emails calling me a bigot.
Because you were calling out bigotry?
Because I was calling out bigotry.
How dare you?
Yeah, and I don't, I heard that the Salvation Army did some backpedaling.
Of course.
But the mere fact that they allowed that to be released to the public.
Yeah.
And they allowed that cancer to move into their organization, I am never giving them a stick of fucking merchandise or a cent of my penny or a second of my time ever fucking again. Yeah. Fuck them.
You gotta love how twisted and bizarro world our country has become when calling out bigotry gets labeled bigotry by idiots.
Yeah, and then when we were called bigots when we pointed out the income brackets by race.
Yeah, because facts and math are totally white supreme pizza.
We're literally reporting on information and data that was released to the public.
Yeah,
and the Caucasian population is in what, the top middle portion of the bracket of the top earners in the country.
Only if you're taking like the top 20 to 25.
Yeah.
I mean, we would be in the middle of that.
Yeah.
I don't even think they scrape into the top 10.
Where is all of this white privilege and white supremacy? If that actually existed, no one of another race would be allowed to outperform a Caucasian.
Exactly.
But, that happens on the regular.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
And that just proves what the media has sold all the sheeple out there is a fucking lie. It's propaganda.
Yeah. And if Democrat policies and so-called tolerance and diversity and inclusion and all that stuff were really the answer, the districts that they have had footholds in for decades would be doing the best. Instead, they are by far the worst. They have the most crime, the most corruption.
It's a shithole.
And the income inequality is through the fucking roof. And yet that's what they constantly bitch about and campaign on successfully because people are stupid.
Now, listen, if I have people out there who disagree with what I've just said or my opinions, that's fine. But don't come back at me and just call me a bigot. Come back with facts.
Yeah.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Show me the evidence. I am an objective person. And how many times have I actually said I was fucking wrong? Many times. You can't even count that many times.
Yeah.
I'll say some shit.
Just recently.
Yeah.
Just recently with the Rittenhouse thing, you expected hung jury. You were willing
wrong.
to throw down a couple bucks on it, and it turns out that you were proven wrong. And
no,
you were never happier to be proven wrong.
I only bet food. I don't bet money.
Oh, fine. You bet a hot and ready.
No, I think it was a jumbo Hershey's with all.
By the way, little sleazers, you guys really need to up your game, man.
Yeah.
It's cheap for a reason.
Hang on. All right, we'll talk about cheap pizza down the road. I mean, you're getting me off in the weeds. Off in the weeds.
Hey, when we hit 400 lives saved, we're getting Green Lantern pizza. We're not doing no hot and ready bullshit.
Let's do Crispelli's.
Oh, that's right. You've been telling me about them.
You've never had that?
No, it's a farther drive, but I'm totally down.
It's right
for it.
there on Woodward.
Let's do it.
Like for instance,
we're 2 away, right? We're at 398.
We're 399. We're one away.
One more.
One more. Now check this out.
We save one more life. You guys get to have pizza with us, but we're the only ones who get to eat it.
I spent 5.5 years in New York. All right, I gained like 12 pounds within 3 months of being there because of all the mom and pop pizza joints, and they were really good. But I come home on leave, and they're like, "Hey, there's a new pizza joint," and I go check it out, and I was so impressed. I called the manager, and I'm like, "How fucking dare you? Yeah. How dare you make pizza so fucking good? I have to drive here from New York to eat it." He's like, "What?" I got free pizza that day too. That was pretty good.
We got a guy in the chat says, "Can I join you at Crispelli's?" Hey, you know what? If you're local, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, anybody who's local is more than welcome to join us for some pizza.
It's at the corner of 12 and Woodward in Berkeley, Michigan.
Yeah. You know what we should do, and this just occurred to me. When we hit 400, I would like to put out an open call to anybody who would like to actually, come on the show and tell their story. We can have like a 400 Live Save special, eat some pizza, talk to these dudes on Zoom or Skype.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to tell their story.
Yeah, yeah.
Because one away, it's going to happen.
Yeah, because pizza is my thing. And if I ever like semi-retire and I still want to stay in the video biz, I might travel the country and taste pizza.
Yeah.
And booze. And give rate on a 1 to 10. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
And then do paranormal stuff. I think that'd be fun.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. Trying to get these places to let you in, like if anybody owns them, it's like, oh my god.
Actually,
it's like talking to a wall.
If you want to go back out to Ilion, New York, the Marine Corps League out there used to be an elementary school, and it's haunted.
Haunted as shit.
I wouldn't say haunted as shit, but they have actually they've seen apparitions there. I've seen shadows, and for instance, every once in a while you'll hear kids running up and down the stairs or the hallway. You'll hear them playing with whatever in the gymnasium, and then every once in a while, there's been apparitions of this. She used to be one of the school teachers, and she's always seen around the water fountain by the front door. And on the second floor is a museum for the Marine Corps League, and they have all kinds of military equipment, and all kinds of crazy shit happens around that stuff. Check this out. Right before I left, about 90 days out, I'm at the Marine Corps League. Somebody drops off a uniform to put in the museum of a Marine. The dude had like 4 medals that are right below the Medal of Honor. Like there was like 2 or 3 silver stars, and I think it was not Meritorious Service Cross. What is it? It's like one. It's the Navy for right below the Medal of Honor. He had 4 of those.
Okay.
His name, there was no name tape on the uniform. We're trying to track down who it belonged to. The guy was a sergeant major. The dude had to have been in like World War II, Vietnam, maybe Korea, Vietnam, and World War II. I don't know. But that Marine saw some fucking shit. He had all kinds of combat stripes and times in service. I think he had like 27, 30 years in.
Wow.
That dude was an animal. He wasn't that big either because I couldn't put the jacket on.
Nice.
He probably weighed like $160. That dude was probably one bad motherfucker.
I guarantee.
I'm sorry, I went off on a side note here.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. Speaking of which, although Biden's poke mandates have been defeated, and we all know they're unconstitutional. Let's just call
Straight
a spade a spade. Even though we're a republic and not a democracy, the military is not there to practice democracy. They just defend it.
Well, yeah, we have
Navy
officers.
commander fired after refusing to get the poke vaccine.
Correct. And, I actually have like a half a dozen soldiers who have actually sent me their counseling statements for refusing the poke.
What is the gist of most of them?
Well, a lot of them are like when they give you the counseling, there's a block where they put all of I call it all the threatening language.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, you realize that they're just trying to scare these soldiers into complying. Okay, because you're not going to get a dishonorable discharge.
Yeah.
I mean, that requires an actual court proceeding. I mean, it's actually insane. And if you want to court-martial 50,000 people, it's going to take you 100 fucking years.
That's not going to happen.
No.
What interests me is this particular thing right here. Navy spokesman, Lieutenant Commander Jason Fisher, declined to give the reason why Kins, it was a Commander Lucien Kins, who was relieved of duty, was relieved of command, citing privacy concerns. Fisher, who is spokesman for the Naval Service Force Atlantic, said the reason for the firing was that Anderson lost confidence in Kins' ability to perform his duties after he failed to obey a lawful order. Now, I'm no expert, but if federal courts are smacking down these mandates, doesn't that raise question as to whether or not these orders are actually lawful?
Yes, it does. It does. And, I mean, the military, they kind of march to a different drum, figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
You can make the military do different shit than you can for the civilian population. All right. So this whole vax thing was a big fiasco when it involved the anthrax vaccines because those weren't FDA approved.
Yeah.
And there was a huge nut roll, and they actually had to stop administering them because they were not FDA approved. Now, technically, there is an FDA approval for one form of the vaccine, but it's not available yet because they can't produce it in the numbers needed.
Yeah.
All of the other ones are unapproved. They're substitutes, and the military is trying to push in these substitutes for the actual approved version. And I've got this from reading these counseling statements because a couple of them are from very high-ranking officers who are doing exactly that. And they're using the religious exemption as well.
Okay.
And the active army is literally having chaplains question people's faith and call bullshit on it. That is insane.
That's pathetic, is what that is.
Well, first of all,
that's grasping at straws.
I have literally, when I heard that, I lost all faith in the chaplain corps. Because all the chaplains I knew, they did what they did, but they did not follow orders blindly if it went against, their faith and how they conducted business.
And this is just a symptom of a problem that's going on all over the world.
Symptom.
I mean, Austria has just basically become the Fourth Reich.
Yeah. And actually, I was reading an article where they had some of the German police walking around with torches and shit.
Yep.
It literally reminds me of 1934-5.
Yep. Australia's got the camps. New Zealand is...
It's fucking nuts.
The chick in charge of New Zealand needs a mushroom stamp.
But you want to know what they all have in common? Hyper-feminist governments and country.
Which basically means hyper-Marxist governments.
Because,
feminism... It's all connected.
Feminism wants shit the easy way. Yeah. They don't want to do it the hard way.
Oh, speaking of the hard way. Mm-hmm. Now...
Oh, this is awesome.
We can't condone this...
All right. First of all,
But for the sake of just
hang on.
risk, it's awesome.
First of all, if you're a hacker out there called Anonymous, what you did in Brazil, bad.
Bad. So bad.
Bad. Don't do it again.
Don't ever do it again. I mean, I just want to say right now that you shouldn't do this. Bad.
It's totally bad.
Totally bad. Brazilian Ministry of Health suffers cyber attack and poke data vanishes. 50 terabytes worth.
That's a lot of data. Up in smoke.
Now, I'm not saying...
Now, we're not condoning this.
No. You should never, ever do this in countries like Austria, Germany,
anywhere.
Australia. No. I mean, that would be bad.
It's bad. That's totally criminal. You should not do that.
You really shouldn't do stuff like this.
You need to be a good lackey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You totally shouldn't, hack into the science's personal email and find out what else is going on either.
I would love to see like ransomware on some of these giant databases of this COVID crap. Can you imagine? They're trying to do a national database here in this country. That thing's that's gonna fall down like, oh man, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa in 100 years.
Yeah.
That thing's coming down.
I mean, we are on the new war zone right now.
Yep.
So when you see stuff like this,
I had no idea. I was literally going to retire from participating in one battlefield, and then literally take a leadership position in another arena of violence.
Yep.
I had no idea this was going to happen, but nobody else is doing it.
Here we are.
I have to do it. Lives are in the balance, and that's just the way it rolls.
Yeah. And as always, you can look at all of these sources on Redonkulas.com after the stream. In fact, they're already there right now if you want to go and check them out. Redonkulas.com, click on videos. It'll be the first thing that's on there.
All right.
And if you haven't yet subscribed to the backup channels, which is where we will be broadcasting if this channel ever gets a strike again, it probably will. Make sure that you sign up here. You do youtube.com/TerrencePopCulture. That's where you can find all these streams after they've aired live on this channel until they've been approved. Mm-hmm. If they're not approved, they just stay on the backup channel at youtube.com/Grunt Speak. That's where you get your short bits. Links are in the Meat Gazer box. Cha-cha-cha.
All right. So, and also you got to subscribe to the alt tech channels. Okay.
Yes.
Like, if you're not subscribed on BitChute, you are fucking up by the numbers.
Yep.
You're literally sitting at home with your thumb in your ass and one in your mouth, and you play Switch from time to time.
Yeah. We still don't have live streaming on BitChute, which is why we can't broadcast Grunt Speak there. But MGTOW.tv, Manosphere.tv, Odyssey.com, DLive, RoxyTube, and Twitch, all the places besides YouTube that you can watch these streams live.
Yeah, and if you become a member of Locals, Subscribestar, or Patreon, I mean, you get a lot of other shit that's not released to the public.
Yeah, you get early access, and you get live streams every Thursday just for you.
Yeah, and we've got the burping jingle bells coming out.
Oh, the supporters on Patreon, Locals, and Subscribestar already have the ringtone for the Pringles smells. The actual music video is going to be coming out next week.
Yeah, I love it.
And we're hoping to debut the Twilight Zone skit this week.
Oh, yeah.
We're just waiting on some original music so we don't get a copyright strike, because that would suck.
Yeah, didn't we get a copyright strike for some other horse shit?
We don't get strikes. Usually they just do warnings.
Because
like,
we're not actually taking anything.
They're going to take your money because you used copyrighted material. That's usually
whatever.
what they do.
That's fine, whatever.
But I mean, Lalo Schifrin has enough money.
Yeah.
We don't need to give him any for the Twilight Zone theme.
Yeah, I got you.
Bastards. So yeah, these hackers, dudes,
they're totally bad.
You totally shouldn't, be, looking into things in Austria.
Do not repeat
New Zealand,
that.
Australia, Germany, basically the entire EU.
Or you can get the online conversations between the voting machines and some of the servers overseas.
Yeah, I mean, you totally shouldn't do that. That's really bad.
It's totally bad.
Totally bad.
Totally bad. Don't do it. Listen, I don't concur with what happened, but I understand.
Just saying. Just saying. All right, we're going to dive back into your super chats here before we call it a day.
All right.
Crazy Uncle. Pop, you ever performed the rain turtle? Please explain.
I have not.
Do you know what it is?
No, I think it has something to do with like causing it to rain or something. It's
Is it like a one of those Native American dances or something?
Well, like the rain god's a pussy thing I said in the beginning. Like literally, we'd be going to the field, and the sun would be out, and it'd be great for like 2 or 3 weeks. The minute we get in the vehicles to move to the field to train, you start seeing the clouds, and of course, people look up at the sky and go, "Rain god's a pussy," and then it starts to rain, and you're absolutely miserable for the entire time you're there.
On Urban Dictionary, rain turtle comes from a Native American ceremony where they would collect rocks, form a turtle out of them, and then pee on it to prevent rain.
No, I've never done that. No.
It'd be a little weird.
Yeah.
Crimson Hawk, I love all you riggers.
Ah, damn it.
You missed.
Faggot.
Yeah. Banned. Jacob, I believe civil war is inevitable now. This will keep escalating until it reaches a breaking point.
Absolutely correct.
Just bought body armor and night vision devices.
Yeah.
You could use those to ghost hunt.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, send us an email what night vision you bought and where'd you got it and how much it cost.
I'm always interested.
Because we're looking for equipment for ghost hunting.
Yes. Jacob again here. When you cook your steak on the grill and your mouth starts watering, do vegans get that when they mow their lawn?
Here's another weird thing about your mouth watering. Have you ever been nauseous and right before you start puking?
It's like your glands swell up and you get this disgusting tasting. Yes, I have.
I'd have the ropes of spit falling out of my mouth. And then a couple minutes later, the projectile vomiting would commence.
Yep.
Oh, God! Why didn't anybody tell me?
All the time, man. It's the worst. Crazy Uncle sent an email. It's too big to place here. Yeah, I've had that problem.
Yeah,
Just ask your mama.
We are north of the Omama line.
We are.
Just saying.
All right, jumping over here. You got to check the email. Got to see what's going on. Let's see.
Out of here.
It's always the question where he sent it to. Okay. No, that's not him. Damn it. Sweaty fat guy sent me something though, so now I know exactly who he is.
Sweaty fat guy?
Sweaty fat guy. A different thumper who's a sweaty fat guy.
Okay, sorry.
Crazy Uncle, you both thought I was nuts about mentioning the anime was showing how people will be forced into a relationship, forced to marry, forced abstinence, and forced to breed. No, we didn't think you were nuts about that. In South Korea, college students have been forced to date in order to graduate college. Yeah, we did a video where we mentioned that.
And China's taken away. They don't want people getting vasectomies anymore in China.
If that wasn't bad enough, China's now outlawing vasectomies. Tim Pool did an entire show on it. Mm-hmm. In a world,
I haven't seen that one yet.
Where your choice in mates has been placed into the sticky hands of the state, you have then entered the socialist zone. Is it any wonder why fat, ugly, bitchy feminazis want socialism so bad? Man's got a point.
Yep. Fuck him.
Fuck him in the asshole with a big rubber dick.
Fuck him. Tequila.
Tequila. Evil Zombie 2. It's past time to admit that COVID did nothing. It was the reaction to COVID that caused everything.
Typically, it's the reaction that fucks everything up.
Yeah. And when you look at the numbers and you discover that things like pneumonia and the flu haven't killed anybody
for
to
zero
the past
almost,
year and a half. Yeah, it did nothing.
Get the fuck out of here.
Galen Hess, Pop, have you read The Profession by Stephen Pressfield?
I have not.
And is that a business plan? Don't know. I haven't read it. Al Schwartz, pizza equals penis when Pop says it.
Bastard. Quit it!
William Householder, some of the subs you had might have been from loyal subs that tried to boost your channel. Then Google purged the fake accounts. Programmer.
Could be.
I don't know if we have anybody who's
that good,
really that interested in that.
Well, I tried in the beginning to buy hits and stuff, but I quit. That was years and years ago.
It's all pointless.
Yeah.
It's like having a successful TikTok channel.
I think that was in the first 18 months we started doing this. And after that, I just said, fuck it.
No, I mean, the best word of mouth is, the one you can't buy.
Yep.
G-Man. Don't know if this qualifies, Pop, but... Oh, hang on.
There we go.
Oh, no, we
saw
already
that
looked at her. There you go. But my single father neighbor in the neighborhood started 3 years ago alive and rebuilding his life.
Good.
Yes. Good for him. Risky Krisky, I was saved number 282. I'd love to tell my story if given the time. Thanks, gents. Airborne.
Put that one aside.
Excellent.
Send us an email to Redonkulas12 so we can put you in the side file.
Yeah, him and I have already been in touch.
All right.
AF, check Citizen Journal art. Scientific evidence suggests poke shots reprogram innate immune system and cause lymphocytes to attack body's organs. Yeah. Manufactured AIDS. We've heard all about it.
Yeah.
We actually covered it a few weeks ago, I think, on a new
That's another one of the hideous side effects that hits a certain amount of people as well.
Totally a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, we don't know what we're talking about.
Totally
we're not doctors.
happening. Yeah, don't look into it for yourself or nothing.
Sorry, just saying.
Trust the science.
That's right. Mr. Science.
Yeah, Mr. I want to punch that dude. Black Hebrew Israelite.
Uh-oh.
Are we going to get fucked here? Malcolm X warned the black that the white liberals are wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah, when I read that Malcolm X stuff, that was beautiful. Summed it up. That's why they still talk about MLK, but not Malcolm X.
Well, here's the thing. If they still had a family unit, in that that sphere of influence, they'd be doing a lot better than they are.
Yeah,
because
it's what it all boils down to.
It's a proven track record. Yeah. Women cannot raise men.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And when they try, this is what you get. You get soy boys, socialists, burning, looting, and murdering. 80% of homicides are drug-related. Gee, I wonder why. 85% of the people in prison didn't have a father at home.
Mm-hmm.
The track record speaks for itself. So when we try to attach numbers and math to that and prove it and show that it's not about Moesisms and it's actually about choices, I don't understand how anyone could possibly call that bigotry.
Well, you got a lot of people out there who are basically mentally lazy, and they just believe what they're told.
Yeah.
They don't look into it, and I don't even think they know how to do critical thinking because they're not teaching that in college now. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Oh, a donation on MGTOW.tv from Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell.
Oh, my God.
I hope I can see. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to download this first so that I can actually
keep it.
Well, I want to make sure that people will be able to see it because right now I think it's a little too far down the page.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but this is glorious. Check this out here. That is hilarious. Let me open this up so people can actually see it.
There we go.
Oh, I got to zoom in on that. Oh,
here we go.
Make sure that I cover up the dude's email there.
And
all right.
Here we go.
Boop. General kills Riga Please cereal. Nuggets of caramel cluster fucks. The breakfast of champions, rigs and riggers of all kinds. More Riga Please. Happy holidays, Blake and Pop. Thanks for all you do by keeping us sane and prepared as the world continues going to shit, winning. And thanks again for keeping me out of the gutter while I was going through my divorce. You were a godsend in my time of need. Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell, 2021, a.k.a. Keith. Not going to try and pronounce that. Montvale, New Jersey.
All right.
All right, man. That is outstanding. Thank you very much. I'm gonna post that. That's good shit. Here we go from Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell again. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes a duty. Thomas Jefferson.
Absolutely correct.
That's what this country was founded on. People like to forget. It was not founded on slavery.
Nope.
It was founded on basically fighting back against that. And many of the founding fathers wanted to abolish slavery in the Constitution, but it wasn't popular enough at that point in time to do so.
Yeah, plus it would have fucked the economic model they were using back then, and especially in the South.
Yeah. Fellow war hoarder, rain turtle, rain dance. Also, did you guys see my idea about the Porkins story? The Porkins story? Pop says I need to find the mental escape for purpose. I'm going to
Yeah.
write it and send it to you in a way Blake could film easily.
Good. Yeah, that's one of the fans out there is having some problems physically, and he's got some shit going on. And the thing is when you find yourself in that quagmire of self-pity or hopelessness, you need to find something to put your mind on and focus on that.
You're damn right.
And like mine was writing the books.
And they're good. So, Ascension! Oh, here we go. Imagine if people actually knew just how powerful these super ancient civilizations truly were and what humans were actually doing back then.
Well, first of all,
what they consider normal back then would blow our minds now. The Great Pyramids were child's play. Sorry.
I'd have to agree with you. But first of all, a lot of those, in my opinion, of course, these huge monuments were not built 5,000 and 6,000 years ago. They were built way before that. Okay, and like I've been following the ancient aliens and all the other horse shit because my mind works like that.
Aliens.
And they think there was like 4 or 5 actual races of human beings living 10,000 plus years ago. And they're all gone now. So either we wiped them out or they died because of natural selection. And all of the shit that they did was so long ago, it's been forgotten.
The damn shit.
In my opinion.
Yeah, in your opinion. We're not scientists, but it's fascinating to think about. Ascension! Teacher. Billy, if there are 5 birds on a fence and you shoot one, how many birds do you have left? Billy. None, the others would fly away. Teacher. The answer is 4, but I like the way you think. Billy. I have a question for you, miss. There are 3 women eating ice cream. 1 licking, 1 biting, and 1 sucking. Which one is married? Teacher nervously answers. The one sucking? Billy, the answer is the one wearing the wedding ring, but I like the way you think.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
I like the way you think.
I like the way you think. All right. And I think we have completely caught up.
All right. What's the last,
Final count is 679 on YouTube.
Okay.
Jumping over to Twitch here. We got 32 watching currently. D Live 27, 37 on Odyssey, 15 on MGTOW.tv.
Almost 800.
Yeah,
Not bad, not bad.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Don't forget, we're going to have a pizza party when we hit number 400. It's going to be fantastic. And tomorrow night, allegedly, we're going to have a guest on. I'm not going to say who because every time I do,
It fucks up.
you get fucked up.
Yeah.
Safety briefing.
We're going to do the best we can. All right. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. If you have to, defend yourself in self-defense, shoot to kill, not to wound, because that creates a lot of paperwork and heartache. If you're going to bang, take the condom with you or flush it down the toilet, because sperm jacking is a real thing, and they will make you pay for it forever.
Forever.
Yep.
All right, ladies and germs, we'll see you back here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And make sure you guys bring a bucket because we're probably going to be talking about some stuff that's going to make you puke.
Maybe.
Kinks and slingbacks.
No, yeah.
Oh, one last one just came in here from Black Hebrew Israelite. There's a double murder-suicide of a man in Baltimore who killed his ex-wife and girlfriend who put him through the family court. He admitted on live stream what he did just before he killed his ex-wife. Wow!
I'm going to be honest. I didn't hear about that.
I didn't either. We're going to have to look that one up.
I don't condone that, but I understand.
And with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow night.